Good.
Welcome back. Julie Lovett is here. She's the park interpreter at the Shoals White River State Park. And you've got a women's event coming up, just women's only.
Right.
Okay. Is it a weekend type situation? What is it?
Right. It starts, it's October 1st through the 3rd, and it's called the Women's Outdoor Weekend. When I first started this, I was thinking about, you know, usually camping, outdoor things traditionally have been the kind of the guide did that. And I originally started it thinking about a lot of single moms. I was at another park in another part of the state, single moms with kids that might not know how to do some outdoor activities. So this was a way for them to learn a lot of different types of, you know, outdoor activities, kayaking, fly fishing, basic camping, backpacking. But as it evolved, it turned out that a lot of variety of women were interested. I've had, you know, 2 daughters by their mother, this registration for Mother's Day, and they came in October, and I've had 78-year-old women come. So I've had the whole spectrum of people that just want to improve on maybe a beloved pastime like kayaking, or that
people have never done it before,
or that have never done anything like that. I've had women that have never tent camped before, and we tent camp.
This is bare basics,
everything's
right?
provided. Right?
Everything, all the gear is provided.
They just need to bring their own sleeping bag or
bed linens and personal items, and I send out
with the food, everything.
Everything's taken care of. It's $125 for the 3-day, 2-night event that starts Friday evening. You know, I figured people have to work on Friday, so like the first session Friday evening is an introduction of how to Dutch oven cook, and we hope they get that down because that's our dinner that day.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll wake up and do an intro to fly fishing, a kayaking that afternoon. This year, I've added something I didn't have last year. Sunday, we're gonna do the principles of Tai Chi, and Kevin Pieper is going to instruct a nature journaling course, kind of, you know, I guess the relaxation of it, and how to, you know, your essays when you're outdoors. And I think he's just published a book that's going to tie in nicely with the event. And I think that's a nice way to end Sunday, is, you know, relaxing, and the women have had a busy. We're also going to have a how to use a GPS unit session. Those have become really popular. So, and they're typically 2-hour to hour-and-a-half sessions, and we rotate through those throughout the weekend.
Now, how many women can attend? Because you said there's a limited number.
Right, limited gear, and that's the only reason I have to limit the number. I only have so many kayaks, so many tents. It's limited to 10, and I've still got a couple of positions open. But if someone, you know, I have taken 12, 13 in the past because I've got extra gear. So, but I kind of, at 10, I stop and take a look, call everybody, find out what they're, you know, if they have a tent or
a kayak.
Or a kayak, and they want to bring their own stuff, then I can take more. But I've still got a couple of spots open, and that's the steal of a century. $125, 3 days, 2 nights. I've had lots of women say, gosh, you know, I went to the spa and had my nails done, and it was $125. And you know,
you have to have your hair done, honey.
Yeah, I mean, you know, so you're getting a lot of outdoor you know, activities and things that you can expand on or later after they leave the event. That's my hope, that they become a kayaker or become a fly fisherman or become, you know, the next great Dutch oven cook. And so that's what the goal is to expose women that, you know, have never been exposed to those type of outdoor activities.
What part of the park is this going to be held in?
We home base is the pavilion, which is down in the park, right
on the below dam.
Below the dam, right on the river. And then they have campsites. You know, I set them up sites all throughout the park. And
so is that included the sites too? Or?
Yeah,
everything.
Okay.
Everything. Everything is included. And then, you know, and then at night I think I've been to big events like this, like the Bow for Game and Fish, becoming an outdoor woman. And, you know, there may be 150 women there. But this, because it's so small, it becomes a little more intimate. We build a campfire at night and sit around and talk about men and
our
kids and you would not, mitochondrial DNA, you would not believe some of the subjects you get. And it's, you know, I meet complete strangers, and by that first evening, we're all like buddies. Bonded, It's just, I've made some great friends throughout the years doing this event, and hope that, and I think some of the women in the groups have become friends and went on.
meet people with like interests.
Right, they've been on kayaking trips together, or hey, let's go fly fishing, and some come from all over the state. Some will be local, but I've had people from Missouri.
And are they coming back for the second, third time?
Oh, a couple do. You know, may skip a year or two and come back to
But
focus.
it's the intro basics. So someone who already does those sort of things.
Right. You know, every time I've been to so many kayaking sessions, and I always pick up something new.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I instructed the Becoming an Outdoor Woman for Game and Fish, and you know, you always, and I've taken a lot of courses, and I always learn something new every time. So,
or a shortcut maybe. And
Right.
I think Dan's, but for women who don't want to spend the night, you also have an introduction to kayaking workshop and a Dutch oven workshop.
right,
that
and those
separate
are just separate, and those will be
later on in the month of October.
Right, 3-hour sessions, and so, you know, they can, and we try to do all of these things, but like the backpacking session of the Women's Outdoor Weekend, the instructors are all really the experts in their field. The woman that comes and does the backpacking / camping comes from the Ozark Outdoor Supply out of Little Rock. She used to lead wagon trains out west, so she brings a wealth of, and she brings all the gear, all the latest women's gear. You know, if you're hiking or running, or she brings the latest shoes and wicking, you know, garments and tents and water filters. And
Is that the store up on Kavanaugh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I shopped
Great
there.
store.
Yeah, great store.
And he hired this woman particularly to cater to the women customers of the store.
Okay.
So her name's Justine Baker, and she's done this for me for years. But for those that don't want the whole package, those sessions coming up in October, first the intro to kayaking, I'll instruct that.
That's October 9 to noon, so it's a 4-hour session, or 3-hour session.
3-hour session, and it's all the strokes, how to get back in the boat if you happen to fall out. It's called the wet exit. So we practice all of those things, and I think I'm just taking something that people kind of instinctively know and giving them the proper mechanics of kayaking so that you don't injure yourself, and that you can, you know, don't wear yourself out, don't tire out.
Is that going to be below the dam too?
No, actually, I'm going to do that on the lake. An intro.
A little warmer water.
Yeah, intro on the river to do. Fall in and do a wet. That's kind of tough. Yeah, that water
have to be tethered off too.
Yeah, they'll get back in that kayak just like that.
Yeah, freezing cold.
Before we run out of time, we're also going to have a fall festival. Tell
Right.
us a little bit about that.
That's kind of to celebrate, you know, the depending on how the fall foliage turns out this year. You know, we do some van tours and kind of celebrate the fall. The thank goodness cooler weather is here, and the fall foliage. This area, the Ouachitas, it's an incredible amount of visitors and tourists that come just to see the beauty of the Ozarks and the fall. So that's another great event. And that's all of these events. You can check our website at arkansasstateparks.com and click on Bull Shoals, and then go to calendar of events. But to register for the Women's Outdoor Weekend, that's in 2 weeks. So
You need to get on the ball.
just call the Visitor Center, and that's 445-3629.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of great stuff happening in
What's
October.
is there a lower age limit? You said you had a woman in her 70s.
Yeah, I
They
do
need to be
18
18.
to
Okay.
Yeah.
if they
18
think
to
they
whatever.
can do it. Yeah, and you don't have to do every session.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to do kayaking, you can sit and watch. Go, hiking. Do kind of have your own leisure time.
Okay.
It's just. But it's it's one of my favorite events I do of the year. Absolutely.
Julie Lovett, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you
Great
for having
information.
me.
See you.
Yeah,
Thank
always,
you.
always.
Yeah.
Marianne Sherman's going to be up with
With a
Pet of the Week.
puppy.
She's got a little
She's got
puppy.
a puppy.
And I'm going to
She
let
has
you
an
do
itty
that
puppy.
one because
Oh, yeah.
that puppy's probably a
I
female.
do well with the puppies.
Okay.
No, it's a male.
It's
It's
a
a
male?
male.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
oh,
boy.
I
no
can
problem.
do it. I'll do well.
Stay with
All
us.
right.